The woman just turned around, but accidentally knocked over the collectible marble bottle. But the strange thing happened. She only saw that countless bullets seemed to be sucked in by some kind of mysterious force, gathering in the middle of the floor. The woman suddenly realized that there was something strange below, so she used all her strength to pry open the blanket, and then picked up an iron hammer to smash open the floor. But the hammer that Jack threw over turned over her nephew. The woman who had just returned hurried to change into a uniform, and then used the strength of hitting her husband to hit him hard. As the floor was opened, a long-awaited crying scene suddenly appeared in front of her eyes. The woman was curious and hurried to check it out. Unexpectedly, there was an unknown creature behind the mirror. The woman, who had noticed it, got up in a hurry. However, no matter how she twisted her body to find it, she never found the other party. At the critical moment, the woman turned around in a hurry, but suddenly, the woman was hit by a punch before she could react. Then the other party picked up the hammer and planned to give her a fatal blow. Unexpectedly, the flickering light brought the woman back to life, but she hadn't realized it yet. The other party didn't know where to get an electric saw. Faced with this kind of dangerous situation, the woman hurriedly picked up the same electric saw and prepared to fire. Unexpectedly, after starting, she found out that this was a large blower. The other sister was happy to see the flower, but she didn't notice that the roof was cut off. The woman took the opportunity to pick up the hammer and prepare to send her sister to the northwest. However, the other party grabbed her nephew by surprise. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the boyfriend arrived in time, but when he noticed the situation opposite directly, seeing that his nephew was about to be killed, the woman hurriedly stopped her boyfriend who wanted to kill him. Then she spoke to her sister and comforted her, and claimed that she was willing to form a family with the other party. Unexpectedly, after listening to her sister, she was very moved. Without saying a word, she let go of the boy in her arms. Then she became the way she was, before she was a real sister. But at the critical moment, the accident happened again. And the reason why this series of strange things happened started from a prank of her best friend. The woman's nostrils suddenly leaked a lot of blood, and then her throat became difficult to breathe. Her best friend was in a panic and went to help her. However, the next second, the black girl stood up without a scratch. It turned out that this was a prank that she deliberately performed. But when Amelie just let go of her heart, the black girl shuddered without a sign. Not waiting for Amelie to calm down, the other party had fallen under the sofa. However, the next second, the black girl suddenly got up and kept spitting white ink out of her mouth, but she pretended it all. In order to ensure that she could hear Amelie, the black girl even pretended to pee on the floor. However, when Amelie was stunned, the palm of the black girl on the table suddenly caught fire. Although she was rescued in time, the black girl took out a fake hand from her sleeve. Facing a series of cunning pranks from her best friend, Amelie chose to come to the kitchen and ignore her. So the boring black girl walked into the living room alone. However, at this time, the TV turned on by itself. I thought it was an illusion, but when she turned off the switch, the TV turned on again. The black girl on top chose to cut off the power, but something strange happened in the next second. A black woman suddenly appeared in the middle of the screen. The black girl, who thought it was a special program, did not care. But when she turned around, she surprisingly found a lot of water on the screen. This scene almost stunned the black girl. After reacting, she hurried to ask Amelie for help. But Amelie, who had been fooled many times, did not choose to believe her. Seeing that the black woman had climbed out of the TV and spat at herself, the black girl was suddenly wet with urine. However, the next move of the real sister made her fall on the floor directly. "This bitch is messing up my floor!" Then she spat at the real sister. Seeing that the other party's fighting power was not strong, the black girl suddenly changed her temper. "What are you doing to me? Let's go." But when the black girl thought she was invincible, the real sister suddenly made a sudden appearance and used all her strength to knock her down. When Amelie finished cooking and came out to call the black girl, the other party had been sent to the northwest. In order to find out the truth, Emily came to the funeral, but at this time, the black girl's mother told her that the cause of her daughter's death was related to a strange video. Emily immediately found this tape after listening to it. However, as soon as she inserted the tape into the TV, the situation inside made her numb. The woman just inserted the tape into the TV. Unexpectedly, a strange white-clothed woman appeared in it. Then the other party drew up his 8-meter-long nightcap. Emily, who was stunned, but did not wait for him to calm down. The phone on the counter suddenly rang. A mysterious person told him that as long as he had seen this video, he would definitely hate the Northwest in a week. Thinking of his best friend's miserable death, Emily rushed to the priest's office overnight to ask for help. But you can call me the Oracle, and don't worry about that vase, because it's old. Old. When everything calmed down, the master joined forces to start the tape that Amelie mentioned. But I didn't expect a lighthouse to appear first this time. I didn't wait for a few people to react. The white-clothed woman appeared in front of the fly on the TV. Amelie was curious and reached out to touch it. I didn't expect to take the fly out of the TV directly. Then he let go of the nightcap and returned to the woman's nose again. The master thought it was funny and pulled the silver card directly on the woman's face. However, before he was happy for 3 seconds, he was attacked by the same woman. Then, he spat at her again. The master was furious and pulled the woman out of the TV and greeted her fiercely. But even so, the master didn't give up. He pulled the woman's hair and knocked her out. I thought the crisis was over. But when Amelie rushed home, she found her nephew watching the video secretly. Amelie suddenly realized that something was wrong. Then she answered the mysterious man's phone. In order to save her only nephew, Amelie immediately went to the lighthouse in the video. Unexpectedly, there was an 80-year-old man living here. He also learned from the old man what happened. It turned out that the real sister in the video was the woman he adopted. However, she was pushed into the well by someone accidentally. That's why she has a great grudge against humans. The way to solve the curse is to reseal the crying well. Amelie, who knew the truth, immediately returned home and accidentally found the crying well in the cellar. The real sister's body was also released at random. When the real sister was about to send some people to get lunch, the cellar door was suddenly opened. I just want to tell you both good luck. Unexpectedly, the crisis was easily resolved, and when they sealed the crying well, Amelie and her boyfriend successfully entered the wedding hall.